All right. So what I want to talk about is the whole Puff Daddy thing, right? So you guys saw TD Jakes mainly. You guys saw the comments that TD Jakes made. And again, for my Bible thumpers, I need somebody that is versed in the Bible. See, I'm old school when it comes to that, right? It's either the word or it ain't the word. Okay. It ain't no. And so TD Jakes said something that caught my attention. Now, first, let's get into what he said in response to the internet going crazy on him. Okay.
Or some of you logged in or come in out of concern. Some of you come in to hear what I'm going to say. All of you who expect me to address a lie, you can log off. I will not use this sacred day and this sacred pulpit to address a lie when I have a chance to preach a truth. I will stand straight up, head up, back straight, and preach the unadulterated, infallible word of God. Because that is what the pulpit is for. But there will be a time. So you can, some of you.
All right, again, I'm not here to say whether he is guilty of what he's being what his name, what's been thrown on his name. I don't know. I don't care, to tell you the truth. But what I do care about is the fact that this guy is he's a big man of influence, right? Of course, TD Jakes got the mega church. You know what I mean? He created the Woman Thou Art Loosed, the church named Potter's House, and he's just a big influence in the Christian community. He's a big wig in the Christian community. You know what I mean? He's like the preacher to the stars, to Hollywood. Okay. But what I would say is that TD Jakes will say anything for money. Okay. He will say anything for money. All right. He will say anything for money. And his love for money, I would say, is the reason why he's been attached to this kind of evil right here. Right. And now, why would I say this man would say anything for money? And it's because of a conversation that he had with this gentleman by the name of Lamont Hill, Mark Lamont, or something. Lamont. But anyway, let me play this conversation that he had, and then we'll get into that. Now, keep in mind, in this piece that you just saw, he used some words. He used the word sacred. He used the word unadulterated. And he said that he would not basically use the pulpit to address a lie. Okay. And again, there is meaning in the words that we use. And so I listen carefully, right? Before I move, I want to pull up the definition of unadulterated, right? So let me get that pulled up here so we all can be on the same level. Again, I'm not here to say whether or not the man, you know what I mean, is the power bottom that he, whatever that is, because I don't know, right? But I do know that he's a very influential person, and he says things, and I've thought this about him for quite a while, that he will say things for money. He'll say anything for money. All right, so he used the word unadulterated, right? Which means not mixed or diluted with any different or extra elements, complete and absolute. So he said he's going to preach the unadulterated word of God, which is, I guess I'm assuming, would mean straight from the Bible, right? So if anybody disagrees with that, please get in the comment section and tell me where I am wrong in what I'm saying. Because from what I'm gathering from what he said, you know, that's what he said, the unadulterated word of God, right? And again, it's my position that it's your responsibility, it's your soul to learn. And I understand, you know, you go to your preachers and your different counsel people to counsel you, and that's good. You know what I mean? And as long as they're counseling you in the correct way, I don't see where that's a problem. But again, you have to listen carefully to what people are saying and pay attention to what people will do. They say money is the root of all evil. No, money is not actually the root of all evil, but what people will do for it and what people will say for it. People will set aside the word of God, okay, according to what I've read. Again, if I'm misunderstanding that, somebody who has who's more spiritually advanced and who has more knowledge of this text, please elaborate. Let me, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, let's go to this video right here, okay? And this is a conversation that but now with this video, I'm not saying that this man is of the LGBT or none of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and clear that out the way right now, right? But I want you guys to hear what I say is somebody that'll say anything for money.
From Black 185 in our digital community said, do you think, I'm assuming, LGBT community and the Black church can coexist?
Absolutely.
Let me push that question, because that's sort of an obvious yes. Church ain't turning nobody away. How should the Black church and LGBT community exist?
I think it's going to be diverse from church to church. Every church has a different opinion on the issue, and every gay person is different. And I think that to speak the church, the Black church or white church or any kind of church you want to call it, are all the same is totally not true. And all gay people are not the same. The types of relationships that are afforded are based on the types of people in each individual case.
Yeah.
And LGBTs or wipes and swords have to find a household of worship that reflects what your views are and what you believe, like anybody else. And the church should have the right to have its own convictions and values. If you don't like those convictions and values, you totally disagree with it, don't try to change my house, move into your own and establish that sort of thing, and find somebody who gets what you get about faith. And trust me, I've talked to enough LGBT, they are not all the same.
Oh, for sure. Anyway, all Christians are the same.
No.
But how do we, first of all, has your thinking evolved on this?
Evolved and evolving. Evolved and evolving.
All right, so there he goes. He is Merry Christmas to you too, Miss Simmons. How are you? You heard that. You heard him say that every church, has to pretty much make their decision. Now, my position is the church, all these churches are based on the Bible. And so what does the Bible say about that? Now, you may not agree with it, okay? You may not, you know what I mean? You may not even believe in the Bible, but I don't think that, I think that's what the church is built, based on the word of quote unquote God, the Bible. And it clearly doesn't say what T.D. Jakes just said. And for him to say he's evolved and evolving, the Bible doesn't. Is the Bible evolving? Is the meaning of the Bible changing? And this is where I again, you got to be mindful of these pastors and the slick talk, okay? Because it's either the word of God or it's not. Okay, it can't be both. And either the rules are laid out, or we can just interpret the rules to be whatever it is we want it to be, whenever we want it to be. And that's like an example of this man saying anything for money, okay? Anything for money. Despite how you may feel, how I may feel, the text is written. It is written. It's there, okay? And to say, he's evolving into what? Into what exactly? And again, we put our faith in these men, when that is, to me, again, you have to listen carefully. And that's, if you've been watching me for any time now, you know I'm a listener. I listen, and I listen to the words that people use, because when you use the word, in that first thing, and say you're going to preach the unadulterated word of God, then do that. Okay, then do that. But then you gotta look at what the word unadulterated means. So, and that's how I feel about that. I feel that, that again, what if he wasn't so close to the dirt, he wouldn't get the dirt on him. Okay, he wouldn't get the dirt on him. You feel what I'm saying? But it's he can receive Hollywood's money, but then he want to act like he don't see what Hollywood is, right? Everybody that's watching this, you know what Hollywood's full of. You know what Hollywood is about. So to walk that line, again, these people will say and do anything for money.